Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Once again, this is Dr. Nasir from Seeds. Today, I have with me is one of our very dearest and a very intelligent student of ours. She has joined us for our A-Levels program, and I'm glad to introduce Pakha. Pakha, thank you very much for joining Seeds.
Thank you, sir, for having me.
And lovely to have you today. And she came up with an idea that, sir, normally us being a youth are going through certain type of questions that we are concerned that we may not be able to ask from our parents or maybe from the teachers, because those questions might be a bit sensitive to ask. So why not to ask you those questions? So I said, why not, let me have the pleasure of addressing those issues. So Parha, yes, you can.
So, sir, I've brought in a few questions that me and my friends wanted to ask you.
Okay.
So, should we start?
So, Bismillah.
Sir, the first question being, if you were to speak about the concept of fate, something that is destined to happen will happen no matter what.
Okay.
So, why are we being questioned about it on the Day of Judgment?
Wow, it's a very it's just like you're talking about destiny. You're talking about we call it the concept of taqdeer and then tadbir. Tadbir is something which you are capable of doing. As of Ashraful Makhlukat, Allah has given you a will to do something, and taqdeer is something that you are destined for. So basically our journey in this world is the best balance, keeping the balance and combination of both. That is having a complete faith and iman in the decisions that will be made by Almighty Allah, and at the same time, depending on the godly element within human beings, which basically guides us towards the right path. So this question of yours remind me of hadith. Prophet Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, once he said that Allah Ta'ala अपने बंदे से फरमाता है कि ऐ बंदे, एक तेरी रज़ा है और एक मेरी रज़ा है. One is your choice and one is my choice. अगर किया तूने वो जो तेरी रज़ा है तो मैं थका दूंगा तुझको उसमें जो तेरी रज़ा है, और अगर किया तूने वो जो मेरी रज़ा है तो मैं अता कर दूंगा तुझको वो जो तेरी रज़ा है. I hope you understand now.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this is how, this is the we should not be held responsible completely, but at the same time, Almighty Allah is asking for that how beautifully you carry your life as per the instructions, as per the guidelines given by Quran, and at the same time Sunnah. So any objective you set for yourself in this world and the world after, the life after, I'm very much confident that we are capable of achieving it. So I guess yes, destiny is dependent on you, as well as at the same time something that is very much there for you.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Right, thank you. The other question being, do you think too much religion is being forced on our generation, like today's generation, or do you think it is the teachers or their generation that are simply not equipped to answer our queries, or do not know how to balance between both the modern day education and religion?
Parha, I must appreciate your intelligence, because to be honest, don't think too much, by the way. Let me, because but it's good that you are asking, because it will going to जो आपकी एक thirst होती है to have knowledge. And to be honest, the way Islam is been projected, the way religion, especially particularly when you talk about religion, there are so many other religions as well. So I won't be referring to the others. Most probably what you are referring towards is Islam,
Yes,
if I'm
sir.
not wrong.
Yes.
So जिस तरह से बेटा इसको project किया गया है for the past 20 years, especially after 9/11, we as of Muslims have been projected as terrorists.
Yes, we have.
And actually it was a kind of a conspiracy that took place. Number of different world powers, superpowers, they had their own economic agenda. Mm-hmm. They had their own political agenda. They had their own to take care, to control and to take over the resources of small countries. So they basically came up with this idea, why not to hit this particular religion, and at the same time will be able to get the opportunity to penetrate into Middle East,
Yes.
as well as into South Asia, as well as into, like, you know. So beta, Islam or religion is not to be blamed. The way it has been projected is that if you are a religious person, if you are a practicing Muslim, you are not a part of society, you will be considered as standing on the other part of the corner, ठीक है?
Yes.
Which is totally wrong. Now, how is it wrong? Because beta, आपने अगर थोड़ा सा कुरान को पढ़ा हो, and if you have gone through different, like, you know, जो हमारी scripts हैं, सही बुखारी में अगर आप
Yes,
देखें
sir.
या सीरतुल नबी को आपने स्टडी किया, बेटा इस्लाम is दीन फितरत. Whenever we buy something for ourselves, normally a manual is also given to us. And that manual tells us that, you know, how this particular equipment will be used. For example, you are buying fridge for yourself, you are buying, like, you know, computer or laptop for yourself, you are buying even mobile for yourself. A small booklet comes and, you know, that basically shows you, that basically tells you how
to
this
use
is
it.
supposed to be
Used.
used. So how can we expect that, you know, Almighty Allah, the creator of this whole universe, He created human being, and that human being will be just thrown into this world without any holy script?
Yes.
So that script is, you know, how to practice in a society, keeping in mind the religious affairs, the social norms of society, the well-being of humankind, at the same time, you know, having a fear of Almighty Allah, because whatever you do good in this world will be given back to you in this world and the hereafter as well. At the same time, if you are doing something bad to the others, you know, the same bad will be just normally, you know, in your language is called as karma, if I'm not
Yes.
wrong.
Yes.
So and at the same time, believe you me, that presence of religion is very much important. There is 5-time prayers in Islam. Why? Because Almighty knows that, you know, मैंने इंसान को जो पैदा किया तो उसकी मिट्टी में उसका जो खमीर है इंसान का, उसके अंदर भूलने की एक हिस्स अल्लाह ताला ने रखी है. क्योंकि बेटा अगर आप अल्लाह ताला ने आपको अगर ये कैपेसिटी न दी होती एज अ ह्यूमन काइंड, अल्लाह ताला ने हमें ये चीज़ न दी होती कि हम भूल सकते, तो फिर बेटा आप तो गम बर्दाश्त ही नहीं कर सकते थे.
Yes.
इट कुड हैव बीन कैरिड ऑन एंड कैरिड ऑन एंड कैरिड ऑन, एंड यू नो, तो वो तो अल्लाह ताला ने, तो भूलने में फिर ये होता है बेटा कि हम बाज़ का जो है ना अपने क्रिएटर के साथ अपना एक जो कनेक्ट है उसको कंप्रोमाइज़ कर देते हैं. So yes, religion should be very much integral part of our life. It should not be taken as unchewable. Rather, it is so easy as if you are breathing. You know, as if you are breathing and you don't even realize that, you know, you are breathing. Religion is so easy. Religion is so easy. You just have to do some research on it. You have to study it, but not from the perspective of what the superpowers are telling us, but from the perspective from our holy script as well as different other books.
Yes.
So I hope I was able to
Yes.
answer this question as well. Okay.
Sir, do you think it's important to be self-aware first and then keep yourself informed about what's happening around the globe, or just go with the flow and keep yourself updated about the current affairs?
You're talking about knowing yourself, you're talking about social
Yes,
awareness, you're
yes.
talking about current affairs. So you are basically blending up
All
three
of it.
different three different dimensions, three different things. Current state of affairs को बेटा अगर हम देखें, at the moment the kind of material rat race we are in at the moment, I guess we have totally forgotten about ourselves. Okay, and to add up to this, it's quite unfortunate that our education system is also encouraging our youth to get hold of degrees and become materially sound, so that you will be able to acquire a certain kind of a social status, which and at the same time unknowingly we have also become a part of this whole thinking process, this whole philosophical process, whereby our education institutions, they have also suffered, whereby our decision making institutions, they are also becoming a part, and even not even realizing it that, like, you know, they are encouraging all these things. So what I mean to say is that in order to be successful in any sphere of your life, you must be aware about your own self, that who actually you are. Unless and until you are not known to yourself, you know, and you are not able to control yourself, your inner self, you will not be able to control your surrounding. So what I mean to say is, if you want to be a successful case study, let me put it this way, because when I say case study, you just consider yourself in a different sphere of life. You have to be very much known to yourself. आपको अपनी strengths का पता होना चाहिए, आपको अपनी weaknesses का पता होना चाहिए. Strengths can be multiplied, weaknesses can be deleted. इसको आप खत्म कर सकते हो बेटा, ठीक है? And you cannot become a good human being, and this reminds me of hadith as well, that unless and until you chose the same for your other Muslim brother which you chose for your own self. This is important. So the element of giving away, sacrifice,
Yes.
that basically introduces you to yourself.
Right.
Okay, so the next part of the question is like current affairs. Yes, if you know what you are, then you will be in a much better position to connect with your surrounding. You will be in a much better position about your standing. Where do you stand, and where do you want to foresee yourself in future, with regard to political affairs, with regard to economic affairs, with regard to whatsoever is going on politically. Look at this, this buzzword CPAC we are
Yes.
talking about. So you should be aware that our generation is almost about to be like, हम कह सकते हैं कि बेटा, we are the last of the Mohicans, if let me put it this way, last of the Mohicans, आखिरी breed है हमारी इस generation की, अब खत्म. But yours is for you is the beginning. So how CPAC will going to impact you, because the project which is meant to be lasting for 30, 50 years, maybe 100 years, and will be actively taking place in next 4 to 5 years. So whatever the economic benefit will be generated out of this CPAC, you will be the ultimate beneficiary, or God forbid, you will be the ultimate loser.
Yes.
If things doesn't work
They don't
properly.
work out properly.
Okay, because this international pressure has been built up slowly and gradually by America, as well as being a good acquaintance with, having a good acquaintance with India. वहाँ पे भी उनका जो है ना एक वो चल रहा है. So yes, knowing about yourself, जो है हकीकत को फेस करना है, अपने बारे में जो है ना कोई ज़्यादा नहीं करना कि हम ये कर सकते हैं वो कर सकते हैं. आपको अपने बारे में पता होना चाहिए, where do you stand, and then you can become inshallah ta'ala a good successful human being.
Sir, that's it. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Parkha, asking for these questions. I think you need to come up with such kind of questions regularly now, and I hope you will be able to have a good night's sleep today.
I will.
And tell your friends as well, these are the answers that Sir have given us. And inshallah ta'ala, as audience is aware, our parents are aware, and most of the students are also watching this afternoon on our page. I would request even anybody who would like to get in touch with us through social media, they are also more than welcome to ask any sort of a question.
Sure.
Thank you very much, Parkha.
Thank
God
you,
bless
sir.
my child.
Thank
God
you,
bless
sir.
Thank you very much.